Hello everybody, it's me Tonic TCW and this is Hard Graft. We're out in the Tier 5 premium German cruiser, the Graf, and the map is Hotspot. We spawn on Sea Cap and it is a career game. So if this is the first time dropping by and watching a video on the channel, I'd be grateful if you would just hit that like button. And if you see more content, if you like this, then hit the subscribe and I'll keep you up to date with new replays and talk-throughs of some of the games as often as I can. And I do live stream a couple of times a week. Now, I don't often play the Graf. I don't play a lot of cruisers, I mainly play destroyers, but I needed this one for a Bureau project, and rather than cheese it in AI, I decided that I would take it out into standard and see what we could do. Now, this little destroyer is quite a clever guy. He lays a smoke screen to keep me covered as I push over, and we decide to snip a shot off across the top as we are going to make an aggressive push and try to push hard up this flank and well, do what we can to keep the enemy occupied, because the other side of the map, I absolutely hate that cap on the other side of the map, because there's too many little islands, little ships get in between them, you end up in a complete stalemate. So being in a cruiser, being on this side of the map, I'm hoping to have a bit more of a fluid game. We have got that little destroyer with us, and we spot this Omaha coming pretty much bow onto us. And as there's other ships out there, that'll have us zeroed in. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships there. So you know, more than 50% of the red team are across this side of the map. We get a little tickle on the Omaha, but not a lot. I have no doubt that he's getting ready to put torpedoes on him. But we get him with I think that's a double citadel for a first blood, and straight away we're turning our attention to this other cruiser, but we know that there's also a battleship behind there as well, so we're not going to go sailing around this corner. One of the pros about this week's mission is everybody's after 65 fires, and that means if you've got AP loaded instead of HE, you've got a bit of an advantage when these guys try to push in and get close. But the little destroyer that's with me is doing a very good job as well as getting this guy's attention. We turn round, we slam him for citadels, and I think somebody's actually going to come in behind us and pick this kill up. Yep, there we go. The DD gets it, but he is a very good little DD, and he is a great help, and I have no issues with him picking up that kill there. Now we know there is a battleship around this corner, and there he is. We've got a Königsberg, we've got a cruiser and a battleship, and so I'm thinking, right, I'm going to turn right, but I'm going to slow down and see if this guy is stupid enough to come round the corner. Now he's got me on sonar, he knows very well that I am static, and my mind is telling me that he's going to come out, he's going to turn angle, get his torpedoes on, and try and sink me with torpedoes. So what I'm doing is trying to pull far enough forward that he has to expose himself more than he would potentially like to. And the destroyer does get some shots out on him, and as soon as he's clear, we get our shots on him too. We hit him for another citadel, and it is literally Citadel City pinatas out there today with all the cruisers trying to get fires. But we get our first shots onto him, we get the citadels, he starts turning away, and just as our guns reload, we get them out there again, and boom, we leave him with a bit of health. But yeah, there's not much left on him, and as far as I'm concerned, somebody else can pick him up. And while we're here, the battleship has pushed round, so we're going to get the hell out of dodge and push back around this corner. And look, we have a cruiser across there sat absolutely broadside to us, but we are keeping our eyes on this guy to our rear, making sure he's not going to power boost and come around that corner behind us, because we might not stand a chance up close. Now, as I said, I don't play cruisers often. I'm often in much more agile destroyers, and I kind of misjudged my turn here as I'm getting a little bit anxious of getting my turrets onto this guy. But we do land a couple of hits, I think, there, but it's over pens, and I've overturned here, and I'm heading to the beach. But we do pick up a high caliber on 80,000. So how many ships have we shot at now? 4 or 5? But we're doing a good job of it. We get the guns across to him. Just as we tickle into the beach, we land a few more hits, but we don't get the kill. He is burning out, and he isn't long of this world. So although I wish that I'd held my shot for a bit more of a broadside, damage is damage, and that guy is gone off the map. The New York out there is kind of deciding against pulling out broadside, so we look behind us. The Königsberg is still there, and there is still a battleship there as well. So I think, can we get, back up a little bit, get some shots on this Königsberg? But I think he's going to disappear very quickly, and that leaves the battleship, who immediately thinks, nope, I'm getting out of here. And you'll see me doing with a destroyer, and whenever I'm in a cruiser with torpedoes and a target was spotted, I will flick up my torpedo indicator to give me an idea of which direction he's going and how fast he's going. So we've got the propulsion mod on the Graf here, and it does pick up speed quite nicely. And so we decide we're going to push round now. We're going to push this cap, and we're going to see if we can deal with this battleship at the same time. We're down to about half health there, just under half health, I think, or just over a smidge. And we want to try and get torps out on this guy before we come around the corner. But we are going to start the turn early. We are spotted now. We may as well put the shots out onto him. We get the torps out. He's obviously aware that it's a Graf spay and that torpedoes are going to be coming, and immediately turns to bring his guns to bear on me. I'm waiting for the reload, turning as I go. He gets his shot off, takes a bit of health off us, but I still think we've got enough to push in and engage this guy. So one set of torps are off, the other set of torps are coming round. I know I'm giving a bit of a broadside, but he's in the middle of a reload, so as soon as those torpedoes are gone, I'm turning back in towards him. I won't ever pretend to know about what size guns overmatch which battleship side, front, rear, superstructure or whatever, like some guys do in this game. All I'm looking for is a shot to do damage and potentially take guns off the map. The carrier realizes that all hope is lost as it's him and a destroyer left in the game. You'll notice that Red Team have basically sailed straight through or around B cap, completely ignoring it, and their destroyer is trying to hunt down our aircraft carrier, and that's probably the worst thing he could have done for his team. The carrier's still in range, and we're thinking, we're over 100k, we've got a high caliber, we've got a Confederate, we've got First Blood, we've completely slapped some ships silly with Citadel hits. Try saying that quickly when you're drunk. And it's just adding to the damage at the end of the game. But, it's not all about high damage, but this has, been quite a decent game, both for damage, kills, positioning and cap. All in a German cruiser. And I do have to say again that little Bovoy that was out there with me has done a very good job throughout this whole game. But the CV disappears to the Matsuki. Again, Matsuki didn't even take that cap. I think everybody just goes out hunting carriers these days. But our carrier certainly knows where their destroyer is. And as we start pushing down the map back towards it, our carrier is going to do a pretty good job of tapping this guy on the head with Maxwell's silver hammer and making sure that he is dead. Enemy planes coming over. We ain't going to die here. And that is it. Final kill. Game over. 108k, high caliber, Confederate, first blood, a fistful of citadels, a couple of kills, and even a torpedo hit. But we finish almost 1100 base XP above second place for the team. And although our Bovoy finishes down just below the middle of the table, he actually does a very good job in supporting me as a cruiser. So well done, that man. So that's been, I've forgotten what I call the video now, but that's been the video. So until next time, take care. Bye bye.